Take a look at this Instagram post. The comments, let's make it lower. A statistic I'm proud to contribute to. Good. Men can adopt if they want a child so badly. Sterilized at 31 after they overturned Roe v. Wade. Women in America don't want to have children with MAGA men, and there is absolutely no way I have a baby in the USA. There is an ideological rot spreading among Gen Z women.
Okay, so this discourse is going to be primarily the whole conversation about like the declining birth rates and lower rates of marriage and higher rates of divorce and like all this entire conversation. We're not going to be talking more so about like the radicalization of the political sphere between like men and women. That's going to be a separate video. But I just wanted to kind of address like specifically how both like the right and the left kind of annoy me with this discourse, because they talk about aspects that I do agree with, but also neglect other aspects of it from each other's side that they refuse to, coincide with each other. And it just frustrates me. So let's just get into it. First of all, for all the people on the right that keep spewing about like the birth rate declining and all that stuff, like you know why people are less inclined to have children and get married now, right? Like we've been talking about it for like years. Like the research is there. The primary reason is like literally the economy, the workplace situations, like corporations not being hospitable for families, less policies, less benefits, less programs, less things that encourage people to start building families and having children. Also, similarly, I think another factor we have to take into consideration is education. Like the instability of the educational system, the teachers not being paid sufficient wages and quitting, as well as like just like overall other cultural factors. But I'm mainly going to focus on like the economic aspect to it. Childcare is expensive. It's been growing. On healthcare for children and families as well, very expensive. If you really cared about fixing the birth rate, you would start by fixing those issues. You would actually start by lobbying laws and creating lobbies, advocating for policies that helps build families, specifically for those that want to have children and want to build a family, but are not able to because it's far more difficult to do so now than ever before. Oh yeah, the housing crisis, that's another thing too. Complete abysmal, like trash. That needs to be fixed as well. Y'all would need to start lobbying for these things. You know what to do. So you need to stop just yapping about birth rate being declining and actually start pushing towards solutions to fix it. One easy advice would be starting with, implementing paid paternal leave. The US is the only OECD country that doesn't have mandatory paid time off for parents overall. And I mean sufficient paid time off for both parents, not just for the mother. The father needs to be included as well. Both parents need to have sufficiently equal amounts of unpaid time off for, child rearing and integrating and, starting, adjusting to a family dynamic. Y'all would need to start more, advocating for stuff like that. Like the solution is right in front of your face. I don't know why you keep spewing like stupid shit like this.
Okay, here's the fertility chart, just so everybody can see this. I don't think this trend is not going to be a big surprise to people, but the numbers might feel a little shocking. How do you see it?
Absolutely. We still have 3.6 million births a year, but the problem is teens and young adults. From ages 15 to 19, the fertility rate is down 7%, and it's down 70% over the last 2 decades, meaning we're telling people that are young not to have babies, to wait till they're in a more stable life situation, till they're more financially secure. Maybe they haven't found the right partner. To your point, by the way, you said before we came on the air something really, really important, which is we also have the technology to say, okay, wait, you're still going to have a healthy child. You're still going to be fine because we can support pregnancies much better than we ever have before.
Now, on the other hand, for the people on the left, specifically those who are just celebrating the birth rate declining, like, what is wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with your head? Like, y'all are the same type of people that would sit there and talk about, like, tragedies in third world countries, especially around children who are stuck in genocides and wars and all that, and you'll be loudest voices advocating to save those people. But at the same time, y'all are also the same people who parade around the fuck them kids movement and celebrating the birth rate declining. Like, what? You're not making any sense. You can't be pro or anti-natalist and anti-war at the same time. Like, do you support the human race or do you not? Like, y'all also, with, like, rightfully so, bring up, like, how difficult it is to start families nowadays and all that's factor, but you're also not actively pushing for more policies or lobbying for laws to create like an environment, a country that is hospitable for people to start families and start having kids. Not to mention just overall, like I said, the fuck them kids movement, the radical people who are just advocating for child-free spaces because they want children to just basically disappear. Like, you people are weirdos. It's one thing for you to not want to have a family, or not want to have a family anytime soon, or not want to get married, or not want to get anytime soon. It's another thing to be vehemently, like, against it, or have some sort of weird hatred towards children or the institution of marriage. That's weird. That's weirdo behavior. That is some unspoken trauma that you just refuse to address right then and there. Like, evidently so. And it's just, oh my god, there's a lot more I can go on with this, but it wouldn't even touch the tip of the iceberg with how extremely fucked up a lot of your psychology really is. Like, I don't think I can explain it in this video. Probably maybe some other time. But anyways, just how unproductive a lot of you on the left really are as well. Like just overall, I feel like very few people are actually getting the message and actually understanding what needs to actually be done to fix these situations. It's just, I see so many people on both sides of the political spectrum, or just people in the middle as well, just keep talking and regurgitating the same talking points over and over and over, but little to no action is being done on a significant scale. Like, there's so many aspects to how to create an environment that supports, basically, in the context of the US, bringing back the American dream of having a family, having a big house, having a car, having a picket fence yard in a suburban neighborhood, and just starting a normal life. It's super, just very difficult to obtain more and more. And this is not just, I guess this particular issue is not just in the US, just in North America and Europe and in general, just more difficult, or more and more difficult. But realistically, like I'm saying, nobody's really doing, or not many people are doing the work that actually needs to be done to actually fix a lot of these issues. Or because people are just so occupied with their political discourse or their culture war discourse that no sustainable laws or policies, or not many of them, are actually being implemented or enforced or lobbied. Like, everybody get a grip. Ugh. If you would like to make a donation, please check out the QR code or the link in the video description for my PayPal account. Thank you very much.